Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday to you all. I cannot believe that this is the last Friday of May. I feel like May flew. I feel like March was super slow, and I also feel like April and May just flew. Also, side note, if you didn't notice already, Jess is not here with me. I'm currently sitting in the back of my car. She had a little bit of family things to take care of this weekend, so I didn't want her to feel rushed and feel like she had a bunch on her plate with the podcast. So it is just me, and there's no music, so it's like we're going back to our roots. How whenever I first started this podcast, just recording on my phone with no music, Jess has all the good stuff on her computer, so it is just me, and I didn't want to leave a week without an episode. Jess and I have done that, I think, twice, and I don't want to do it anymore, so we're working on that, with pre-recording and having a couple episodes on hand, and plus we really are going to have to start doing that just because here soon our second podcast series will be out. We are so excited, and we had talked about it a couple episodes before, previously, but we wanted to wait until our logo came in, until we got music and all that good stuff, just so that it is perfect for you guys. And I hope that since you guys have been here for a year now, almost, which is insane. I can't believe I started this podcast a year ago. But I hope that since you support this podcast, I hope that you support our other podcasts as well. I apologize for all of my 1,000 Instagram accounts, but for you guys who follow every single one of them, oh my God, I appreciate you. And it really does mean a lot to me because doing this podcast is something that is near to my heart, and I am excited to see what the future holds. But I did just want to just check in with everybody for a little bit. This episode won't be super long, but I did just want to check in. I know that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so that is big for Jess and I, which I won't talk so much about because I do still want to do an episode about it with her, just because this is kind of the reason why I started this podcast and why I asked her to be on it, just because we do go through the similar thing. So it's always nice to have someone who's in your corner and who knows what you go through and how it kind of feels. And if you follow the Instagram, I did do a little check-in on there just to see how my followers were doing, and for the people that told me and whatnot, I appreciate you and I see you and I hear you. For the people that are struggling through this time, it is definitely different. I just still cannot believe that we are even in this situation. I mean, now it's kind of like the new normal, but it's just like it's been a long couple months, and I know that for my extroverted people who have depression and anxiety, getting out and doing things is how you guys, for some of you, from what you've told me, that's what helps you, and then there's the people who are super introverted and who are like homebodies. It's been kind of hard too. I mean, for me, I'm such an introvert, and in the beginning of April, I was going nuts. I was like, I can't, even though I don't like to go out and do things as much as I wish I would, I wanted to get out and go do something because I couldn't stand being in the same area for weeks. It's different whenever you're getting up and you're going to work and then you're coming back home, and then you get to decide if you want to stay home on the weekends. But we haven't had, we don't get a decision anymore. Everything's closed and we have to stay home, and it just sucks that it just sucks. But I'm hoping now that we're starting to move into the yellow stage, I'm hoping that it helps. It's helping everyone. And I hope that everyone gets to see their family and their friends soon, even if it's just a quick drive by, just to say hi and just to see their faces. My family is so spread out everywhere. I haven't really seen anybody. I just got to see my brother the other day, and that was awesome. I haven't seen him, and I am going to see my dad in a couple weeks, hopefully soon. I miss him so much. I can't believe that I've gone so long without, like, actually seeing him in person. We FaceTime all the time, but, like, even that can get, like, annoying. And I don't know if it's just me, but, like, through this whole quarantine, I am ready to toss my phone out the window. Before I started going back to work, my hands and my thumbs were, like, starting to hurt because I have become addicted to these stupid ass games on my phone, and I cannot stop playing them, and my thumbs were hurting because I was holding it so much. And I was like, something needs to happen because I can't keep doing this, and I just can't. My phone has been on the charger more times in its whole life than what it would be normally. So it's just like, I don't know, but I just wanted to let you guys know that during this time, if you ever need an ear, if you ever need to vent, that my Instagram DMs are open all the time. Jess and I are always here to listen and to help in any way that we possibly can. And just from personal experience, I know how hard it can be talking to people who don't necessarily go through what you go through, people who don't have a mental illness, people who don't suffer from depression and anxiety. It's hard to talk to them because they cannot normally relate. And then it's just like you're talking to a wall, and then they don't want to say something that could offend you or to hurt your feelings or to make you feel some type of way. So I get it. I 1,000% get it. And it is always nice to have someone who goes through what you go through. Maybe not all the way, and, maybe not everything that you go through, but just to have some sort of idea, and just, like, it's nice to have that person. It's nice to have that ear. So if you ever need anything, we would rather you be here and talk to us and tell us how you feel and just get it off your chest every once in a while than to not be here. And that's just what we want. We want everyone to feel like they have someone, and a lot of people don't have people in their corner. So just throwing it out there, Jess and I are always in that corner. We will always be here for anything, and especially right now, this time is just so weird, and I now to the point where it is the new normal. It sucks because I so wish Marshall's was open. I miss shopping there and buying unnecessary shit. It is so crazy. I miss buying mugs. I know Nick is probably so ecstatic that I haven't bought a mug, but I goddamn miss it. And as soon as it opens, I'm buying all the mugs on the shelf. I don't even care what they look like. I'm buying them all because I need that back in my life. And I know that you guys need that back in your life too. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, but we are literally always here, and you guys have been here for us, supporting this podcast for a year now, and that's all we can do is support you guys as well. Another thing, if you don't feel comfortable talking to anybody, regardless if that's Jess and I or if it's family, friends, I highly suggest a journal. I don't know. For me, it has done so much. And for like a year and a half ago, I was writing in my journal almost every day. And then I had talked to a couple other girls that also journal, and they said that they don't journal every day, just so that they can kind of have a buildup of like what goes on, and like what goes on, whether it's weeks or months, and then they can finally all jot it down. Or just whenever you're feeling heavy, like when your shoulders are heavy and you feel like you just need to get it off your shoulders, go write. Just write it down, even if it's on a piece of paper. If you don't have a journal, just write it down. For me, it literally does wonders. Like I can feel it coming off of my shoulders whenever I let all of that out. I feel like then my brain is like empty, and my brain's not so crammed, and I don't have all these thoughts in my head, and it's just down on paper and it's in my journal. And then if I want to reflect, I can go back and I can look on it. And sometimes maybe that's not up your alley, and I'm always really big into trying things twice. If I don't like it the first time, I'll reevaluate and I'll go back a couple months or however I feel, and I'll go back and I'll do it again. I've talked to a couple people that don't like to journal, but just try it twice. Just try it out twice. I'm like, I've been trying to get my sister into journaling. She's 16 and I feel like she's just like doesn't really know. It's just confusing. I mean, we've been there before, being that age is just confusing, but she's stubborn and I've been telling her just to write it down, and as I feel like when we were all 16, we felt like there was no one, like no one understood us at 16. No one, we were teenagers, we're going through this and that. And that is totally the case. Just if you feel like you're stuck in a corner, just write it out. It doesn't even have to be anything. Sometimes I write words, sometimes I write long sentences, sometimes I write 3 pages. It just depends on how long I've had everything built up and how I feel that day, and I let it go. That's just kind of how it is. And then the last weekend I took a break from my phone completely. Every once in a while I would check it, like Saturday and Sunday. I just took, and it was so nice. There's so much going on in the world right now, and it was so nice to not look at my phone and see the negative things on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter. It was so nice to just get a breather, and I think that I would recommend it, even if it's just for the weekend. If you have nothing to do, if you don't have any responsibilities, just put it down and read a book or go walk. Or I've started to do yoga, and I've started to find my center, to figure out who the fuck I am and what I want and how I'm coping with my anxiety and my depression. And it has gotten so much better. I feel like, honestly, from a year and a half ago, I feel like I'm a different person because I've actually taken the time to take care of myself, and I've just always taken care of other people with working in the healthcare industry, and now I'm a nanny and having 6 other siblings and being the second oldest. I've always taken care of everyone else, and I think that this quarantine has kind of made me realize, okay, bitch, you could take care of yourself too. This is what you need. So in a way, I'm thankful that this happened. It made me kind of figure out what I want and what's best for myself and whatnot. So just take the time to be kind to yourself and be kind to others and be kind to your heart and your mind. You're a person. You have to take care of yourself. You can't the more you take care of others and without taking care of yourself, it's just going to feel almost like a burden, and it might just weigh you down even more, So just take some time, take some deep breaths, take a fucking bubble bath. I have been taking bubble baths like it's nobody's goddamn business. I found Dr. Teal's at Target, and that bubble bath has been my best friend. Nick went away last weekend, and I'm pretty sure it was all Saturday and Sunday, between those 2 days, I probably took at least 8 baths, just soaking and just making myself feel good. And I don't know, it was good. No phone. I read, and it was good. And a couple people were a little irritable with me because I wasn't responding, but I would rather put over how I feel over how certain people feel sometimes too. I'm always thinking about how other people feel, but last weekend I really took it to myself and just focused on me and just did things that made me feel good. So do things that make you feel good and take care of yourself. And like I said, if you ever need an ear and need to vent, literally Jess and I are the go-to girls for that, and we want to support you in any way that we can, and we hope that you feel better, and we hope that you find something that helps you feel better as well. And we will talk to you guys soon, and like I said, stay tuned for our newest series, and we will talk to you guys both hopefully together next week. And just stay strong and take care of yourself, and take a bubble bath and bake some brownies. All right, guys. Bye.